violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
And thanks for joining us here at ABC4 at 4. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Emily Clark. We do begin with breaking news coming to us from Midvale, where police are investigating a shooting at a McDonald's, and they believe a child may be responsible. ABC4's Lena Takata live on the scene. Lena?
Man, so they say a child might be responsible for the shooting. Is this another instance of the weapon in the vehicle being in too much access of the child? Is this an example of that?
Emily, according to the sheriff's office, a man ordering food at the drive-thru of this McDonald's got upset when employees got his order wrong. And when they asked him to pull forward, he brandished a gun.
Wow. So these fast food jobs, you know, maybe they do need an increase in the minimum wage, because ain't nothing worth that. So maybe $15 an hour is good before they get automated out.
The McDonald's employees called police, and when officers arrived, they pulled the man out of the vehicle, and that's when one of the officers spotted another person in the car holding a gun. Now, what they didn't realize was that person was a 4-year-old child.
Wow. Wow. And this is Salt Lake City, Utah. Bro, about 2014, 2015, it was like there were not any, like, no super gremlins. You would stick out like a sore thumb. You would. And I know that because my cousin moved there. His mama stayed there. We go out there to visit, and this is what it is, man. These super gremlins are on demon time. They everywhere.
Police went to deflect the gun, and that's when the child pulled the trigger. Now, the bullet grazed one of the officers, and no other injuries have been reported. Officers believe the man told the child to shoot the gun, but that information is yet to be confirmed.
Wow, that's a super baby gremlin. That's a super baby gremlin on demon time.
We'll have more on this story tonight at 10 p.m. Live in Midvale, Lena Takata, ABC4 News.
Well, we want to get you back to that breaking news out of Midvale, where police are investigating a shooting involving a young child.
So Fox 13's Emily Tenser is on the scene. We want to go live to Emily. What are police telling you out there?
Police say an officer was injured at a shooting here at this McDonald's, and they believe the shooter was a 4-year-old. Now, we know that that police officer is okay. They only have a small injury to the arm. Unified PD says it all happened around 1:30 this afternoon when a car went through the drive-thru and was upset that their order was wrong. McDonald's employees told the man that they would fix the order. That's when police say he brandished a gun, and then workers called the police.
Wow. Man. Dude, these dudes.
Officers with the Unified Police Department showed up, trying to contact the driver. They pulled him out of the vehicle and say he was non-compliant the whole time. Just as they...
He was resisting. He was resisting. His child shot at the police, and nobody was killed. Congratulations to these officers. I mean, we have to acknowledge that they're doing a very dangerous job trying to save you from super gremlins on demon time.
They were starting to arrest him. An officer saw a gun go off from the back seat, and that officer was able to deflect it. Police say a 4-year-old was the one to fire that weapon.
This You know, campaign against police officers just needs to stop. We're here to protect and serve, and this is getting out of hand.
See? And they said that, oh, well, this isn't going to create hostility towards police officers. We just trying to bring acknowledgement to the situation. Look. Bro, you heard her. She said it's getting out of hand. It's not fair. We're going to be in a society where there are just going to be nobody who wants to sign up to be the police. So who's going to be running it?
This is a child who thought it was okay to pull a firearm and shoot that firearm at police.
If they don't take this child, and I don't know who would take a child like that, but if they don't take this child away from these super gremlins that are raising him, and, you know, shout out to Ock Nation. He says it doesn't matter if the father's in the home. I mean, and he's got a point. If the father is a super gremlin on demon time, you don't want him in the home. I would rather have him with the mother. You know, at least he'll be old enough to, you know, serve justice. This kid's not even going to serve justice. What are you going to do with him? What can you can't put him in youth authority. You can't do anything with that. But this super baby gremlin thought it was okay to shoot at the police because his father, and we need to change the definition of a deadbeat dad, because this is a deadbeat. This is a dad that is going to get his own child killed. I'm telling you, these super baby gremlins are on demon time.
I've never seen anything like this in my 28 years.
Police believe the father of that 4-year-old told the child to fire at police. Officers did not fire back. Sheriff Rosie Rivera, who you just heard from, says it's a sad day given the gravity of the situation. The investigation is still ongoing. Reporting live in Midvale, Emily Tenser, Fox 13 News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
A 27-year-old Salt Lake City man is in jail tonight after police say he told his 4-year-old to fire a weapon at officers.
Officers with the Unified Police Department say this is unlike anything they've seen their entire careers. Fox 13 News reporter Emily Tenser.
And you know they got film of it because McDonald's got cameras everywhere. Hell, there's a camera right there.
Has more on this developing story.
I would love to see that footage. Yo, we gotta put a FOIA act on that one. We need freedom of information on this one for real.
One officer was injured in this afternoon shooting, but it was just a small wound to their arm. Now, Unified Police can't fathom what's happened in this 4-year-old's life to make them feel like they had to shoot at officers arresting their dad.
He said, what's happened? Ain't nothing happened. I mean, he probably, bro, dudes like this, they pass the blunt to their 4-year-old. Dead ass. I'm dead ass. Dudes like this, super gremlins like this, pass the blunt to their 4-year-old. Oh, you don't believe me? I'm telling you right now, these super toddler gremlins are on demon time.
A bullet hole in a Midvale McDonald's awning is all that remains after an afternoon shooting. While the drive-thru is back to normal business, officers are still grappling with what happened.
Every officer that's here today just can't believe it. We're beyond belief that something like this could happen.
Sheriff Rosie Rivera says it started around 1:30 Monday when a customer got angry after his order was wrong. Employees told the man, 27-year-old Sadaat Johnson, they'd remake it. That's when they told police he brandished a gun.
The McDonald's employees called the police department, and Unified Police Department responded.
Officers arrived and tried to arrest Johnson, who they say was not complying. An officer saw a gun go off from the back seat of the car. Luckily, that officer was able to push it aside, sending the round away from people.
Wow. And dude, this, the father, Sadaat Johnson, 27-year-old Sadaat Johnson, this dude is damn near my age. And you got your toddler, your super toddler gremlin on demon time? Maybe the fathers don't need to be in for real.
He's a hero in my mind. He saved a life today.
Police believe the shooter was a 4-year-old and that Johnson told the child to fire at cops.
This is a child who thought it was okay to pull a firearm and shoot that firearm at police. I've never seen anything like this in my 28 years in law enforcement.
Child and family psychologist Dr. Douglas Goldsmith is also shocked by the shooting. He says children tend to react differently when seeing parents under arrest.
They respond with fear, they respond with anxiety, they respond by crying. We have never seen a child, I have never seen a child try to harm or yell at or be angry with a policeman.
What? You've never seen a super toddler gremlin on demon time?
As retribution for arresting their parent.
Goldsmith says young children model what they see and what they're taught at home.
An older child may be able to take a moment to say, I'm not going to be shooting at the cops.
Nah, if he was older, he wouldn't have missed. If he was older, he wouldn't have missed.
4-year-old would think, this is really a bad choice. No, the child would think, Daddy's hurting. Daddy told me to do this. I'll do it.
Both Goldsmith and Sheriff Rivera say
they have no idea how the super gremlin thinks. That ain't what I mean, he's probably indoctrinated with F the police. God knows what type of music they listening to in the car. It's OV for that super toddler gremlin.
this is a serious wake-up call to parents that what you show or tell kids can lead to life-threatening moments like this.
That's just unbelievable to me. Somebody's taught him that. And that's
somebody, the father, Sadaat.
That's the scary part.
Unified Police say Johnson is booked on charges of felony child abuse and threatening the use of a dangerous weapon. Investigators are working with the Division of Child and Family
It's all right. He'll be out on bail. He'll get a bail. He'll be out.
Services to make sure the two kids in the back seat are safe moving forward. Reporting in Midvale, Emily.
Oh, and you better believe on Facebook it's a free Sadaat movement. No cap. They saying, oh, that kid, he a real one. He a real one.
Make sure the two kids in the back seat are safe moving forward. Reporting in Midvale, Emily Tenser, Fox 13 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.